We're here at the Cleveland Marathon Expo, and we have the legacy runner who's run them all, Jim Mackert. Well, Jim, what was it like when you ran your first? What was it like here running the first Cleveland Marathon?
New experience. I don't know. I sort of got out of shape when I was in my 30s and decided to start running. And ran the marathon and really had no idea what I was going to do because there wasn't many people in the area that ran marathons. And I talked to the local coach and he told me, if you go out and run 13 miles every day and a long run on Saturday and a long run on Sunday, you'll be able to do the Cleveland Marathon. So that's what I did.
Well, and back then, where did it start and finish?
It started at downtown Cleveland, and we went out to Bay Village and came back to downtown Cleveland.
Where you ran out to what place it was?
In Bay Village. It was actually
Bay
Bradley
Village.
Road where they had the turnaround. And
Okay, so it was 13 out and 13 back.
Yes.
Okay, and it finished right downtown here, huh? Like
at Cleveland State College. Now we finish in downtown Cleveland.
Oh, so it was out at Cleveland State, so
yeah,
it really wasn't downtown.
Yeah, no, it started at Cleveland State and finished at Cleveland State when they first did the race.
Right, so.
And they've changed the course over the years.
Many times. So, well, out of the 41 you've run, what was the most memorable one?
The snowstorm.
What year was that?
That was 3 years ago.
Oh,
we
yeah.
had hail, sleet, snow.
I heard that, yeah.
And I proudly wear a T-shirt that says I survived.
Yep, survived the winter storm in May. And what was your best time you ever ran at this course?
In Cleveland, it was 2:48:42.
What year?
Oh boy, that's a good one. I was in my 40s, so it had to be about almost 40 years ago.
Okay, well,
But-
one of your first ones, yes.
Yeah, I ran in with a gal by the name of Marcy Schramm, who was the first woman,
Oh, okay.
and we were both sprinting towards the chute while I had never been beaten by a woman. So I'm running as hard as I can, and she's running as hard as she can, and we hit the line the same time, and in the results, they had her beat me by 1 second.
Well, that can happen. And once again, running's a personal victory of your own. So anyway, so tomorrow you're going to run the marathon again. And what are you kind of expecting out there?
Since they're predicting over 80 degrees, my goal tomorrow is going to be around 7 hours.
Okay.
I want to finish healthy more so than time.
Of course.
And so I'm going to take a little lunch with me and my sports drinks and make the best of it.
Well, good. Well, congratulations on running every Cleveland Marathon. That's a real accomplishment. And good luck tomorrow. And keep on running down the road.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, we're here at the Cleveland Marathon Expo, and we're stopping by the Air Force Marathon booth, and we're here with the volunteer coordinator. What's your name?
Jeanette Monahan.
And so, what do you have special going on with the volunteers this year with the Air Force Marathon?
Oh my gosh, we have the best group of volunteers. We have about 2,600 volunteers that help us throughout the year to put the event on. And the event itself, if you haven't heard about us, it starts and finishes at the Air Force Museum. The finish line is literally you run underneath the wings of the planes, and we have general officers that give you your medals when you finish.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys do other races during the year?
Right now we are not, no.
Okay.
It's a possibility.
And how many what distances do you have?
This year we have a new kids run, a 1K. We also have a 5K. We have a 10K, a half marathon, a full, and then a challenge. The challenge series consists of the 5K Friday night, the 10K Saturday morning at 6:30 a.m., followed by either the half or the full at 7:30 a.m.
And then what do you get, a big Whopper medal?
You do get a big Whopper medal, yes.
And
Mini plane in there, too.
cool. Now, does every race from the kids run, obviously the marathon, all of them finish at the same spot underneath the plane?
The kids run and the 5K is actually held Friday evening at Rite State University Nutter Center, where we have the packet pickup.
Okay.
So that runs through the campus itself at Rite State. Yeah, and then the other races, the 10K, the half, the full, and the challenge, are at the Air Force Museum.
And how many runners do you usually get on a race weekend?
Almost 15,000 total. Yeah.
Well, and we're currently here at the Niagara Falls Marathon booth, and we have their spokesperson. Are you the race director?
I'm not the race director.
What's your name?
My name's Tracy Hewitson. I'm commonly known as the Chief People Officer for the race.
Probably the best thing.
So I'm the first contact via email or if you call into the office. I also do all of the volunteer coordinating for the race and all of the extra things that we do kind of as a team, like building the Niagara Falls for our race Expo, which was happened this year. So, yeah.
Pretty cool. How many volunteers do you get?
We generally get about 500 to 600 volunteers for a race weekend. Yeah.
Well, tell us about the marathon and the half marathon. How it's done, and where do you cross and all that other good stuff?
Sure,
Where it starts and
absolutely. It's kind of interesting because the actual marathon distance is almost 40 years old.
Right.
It was started by some musicians in Buffalo, 3 guys that were runners that thought this would be a great idea. So we've kept up with the pretty much with the original course that starts in Buffalo and finishes in Canada. So basically you run from one country to another. The other distances have been introduced. There is a half marathon distance, a 10K and a 5K. The 5K we have a Canadian American Challenge. So all the Canadian registrants are on one team. US is on one team. And whoever has the best average pace is the one who is reigned the winner for that year.
Oh, that's kind of fun. And does the half marathon, all of it run in Canada?
It does. So it's only the marathon distance that is actually the international experience. Other than this year as well is our first year for bringing back a relay. So we're doing what's called a marathon relay. So it's a team of 2. One person will start in Buffalo, run to the relay exchange at the 21.1 kilometer mark, and the other person will then get the big finish.
And where does it exactly finish at?
Finishes right at the brink of the falls at what's called,
cool.
Yes, so it's very cool. It's what's called the Table Rock Welcome Center.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, yeah. So we're pretty excited about this new addition to the marathon relay. So yeah, if you're interested, you can always email the race at people@niagarafallsmarathon.com.
Oh, and we're here at the Akron Marathon booth with the operations director. What's your name?
Laura Mackert.
And I see you have a cool rack here. Tell us exactly what that is and how somebody can win it this year.
This is our series medal rack. So we have 3 race dates. June, we have an 8K 1 mile. August, we have a 10K half marathon. And September, we have a full marathon, half marathon, and a 5-person team relay. So if you participate in each of those 3 events, you get a cool medal rack and also a series medal at the finish line.
Oh, pretty cool. And how many years has the Akron Marathon now been going?
The marathon is in its 17th year, and our series, we're celebrating our 5th year this year.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
And how many people usually run on marathon weekend total for all your races?
We have about 12,000 on September, our marquee race date.
And what all do you have, like a 5K, 10K, half, full? Is that it?
We have a full marathon, half marathon, 5-person team relay, and then we have a kids race on Friday, the day before, which is a free 1 mile race for 12 and under kids.
So it's a 5-person relay where they run approximately 5 miles each, give or take.
Yep, there's 2 5-mile legs, 2 5K legs, 2 10K legs, and then one that's about 7.5 miles, a little bit less.
Okay, a little bit different distance. And I see you're bringing in Boston Marathon champion Desiree Linden as a guest appearance. What all is going to go on with that?
Desi is going to be awarded our ambassador award for this year. So we choose someone different every year. So she's going to be here for the Expo for a meet and greet, and then on race day. So
awesome. Well, I ran your race years ago, and it's a great event. And thank you for continue putting it on. And the series kind of neat. So as the first race is in June, right?
Yep.
June what day?
June 29th, Saturday.
Okay, well.